Well, how many days does it take to walk across America?
It depends on how many miles you do a day. But for me, it took, and there's a strategy to this thing, you know. So less people have walked across America than have climbed Everest.
Really?
But there's people doing it every year. There's guys out and girls out there right now. But they estimate about 10 to 15 a year. So not a lot of people. But a lot of them like to write books about it. So, I started researching the thing and I found out there's a strategy to it. So, it's kind of the tried and true way, though people do it other ways, is to go east to west and start in spring. And if you go fast enough, you're done before winter. That's the idea. And so, for me, I thought it was going to be a more loose experience. A little bit hippy dippy, like I'd meet some nice people. You guys seem cool. Maybe I'll chill here a few days. Well, I start walking. I start doing the math. I'm like, I got the Rocky Mountains, and I don't want to be there when it's cold.
Right.
So I got to go. I got to go every day, 6 days a week. I take one day off, and it became this exercise and discipline. And
how many miles a day did you average?
Usually I was doing 24. But it's such an interesting workout, right? Or mission, rather. At no point can you push to your limit. It's not like the Olympics where you give it all you got and then that's it. That's the moment. Well, you give it all you got, you're screwed for tomorrow. You got to repeat that thing again and again and again and again and again.
How many days?
Something like 180 something, I think. So 6 months and 3 days. I don't know exactly what that equates to. But, it's a beautiful experience. I put on social media that anyone can walk with me. And people came from all over the country. And I'd always ask them two questions. One is, why'd you come here? And sometimes the answer was, I'm a fan of your music. I just want a picture. Oh, that's great, man. No problem. Sometimes it's kind of seemed like a scavenger hunt to me. I had nothing to do this weekend, so I went looking for you. Hey, man, no problem. Let's walk. But sometimes it was people that had no one else to talk to, And so I was healing from, my father's death and whatever else I'd been through in my life, and we'd walk together, each healing in our own way. Sometimes it was high school seniors that didn't know what was next. Sometimes it was people whose fathers had also died. Sometimes it's professionals, like we said, stuck under the weight of their own lives, and we just walked together. It was really beautiful. That was question one. Question two was, if I pray for you, what should I pray for? And that's a great question. My friend taught it to me. If you're kind of caught in small talk with somebody, if I pray for you, what should I pray? I usually can move the conversation a little deeper. And sometimes it's one-word answers. Pray for my health, success, joy, happiness. But sometimes, it's like this kid I met on the Wallapai Reservation in Arizona named Rowan. And I asked him that question. He thought about it. And he said, 5 years ago, my dad died from drinking. And I got one sibling, one older brother. And 3 years ago, he died drinking. And it's 3 months ago, my mom died drinking. So he said, if you pray for me, pray for my sobriety, because I struggle with it too. And then he reaches in his truck, he had a red F-350, and he pulls out like a little leather satchel and puts it in my hand. He goes, this is sweetgrass and sage. This is going to keep you safe from the bad spirits on our land while you walk on our land. And it's like, these moments are everything.
Right.
This is like, and there's a million of them, and so people ask, like, what was the walk across America? Is, part of it's like, that dominion thing, that was part of it for me. That growth, like, wow, what else can I do? But then, like, those moments, like with Rowan, I don't even know what to call that, but I know it's real, I know it's beautiful, And I still feel so freaking grateful that I got to do that, man. I got to do that.